Hi, welcome back to Start Learning English. I'm really happy you're here today. In this video, I want to talk with you about travel plans in simple, clear English. No pressure, no difficult grammar, just a calm conversation like a friend talking to you. So take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and let's start. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about traveling. Not big, expensive trips, just simple travel plans. The kind of plans that make you feel excited, even before you go. Sometimes when life feels busy or when work feels the same every day, thinking about travel gives me energy. I don't always travel far. Sometimes I just think about going somewhere new, even for 1 or 2 days. Maybe you feel the same. Let me ask you something. Do you like traveling? You don't need to answer now, but think about it quietly. For me, traveling is not only about places, it's also about time, about feelings, and about changing the rhythm of life. When I talk about travel plans in English, I usually start very simply. I say things like, I want to travel next month, or I'm thinking about a short trip. Nothing fancy, just honest. Recently, I've been planning a small trip. Nothing is fixed yet. I don't have tickets. I don't have a hotel. But the idea is there. And that's how many travel plans begin. First, there is a feeling, then a thought, then slowly a plan. I often say, I'm not sure yet, but I want to go somewhere quiet. When I say somewhere quiet, I mean a place with fewer people, more nature, and slower time. Maybe a small town, maybe near the sea, maybe close to the mountains. When I think about travel, I also think about why I want to go. Sometimes I travel to rest. Sometimes I travel to see new things. Sometimes I travel just to walk, eat, and sleep well. Travel doesn't have to be special. It just has to feel right. When I talk about my travel plans with friends, I use very simple sentences. I say, I'm planning a short trip. I want to take a break. I need some fresh air. These sentences are easy, but they are very real. You can use them too. Now let me share more about how I plan a trip. First, I think about time. I ask myself, how many days do I have? Sometimes the answer is only 1 or 2 days. That's okay. Short trips are still trips. Then I think about budget. How much money do I want to spend? I don't like expensive travel. I prefer simple hotels, local food, and walking. So I often say, I want to keep it simple. Simple is a very useful word. After that, I think about transportation. Will I take a train, a bus, maybe a plane? Usually I say, I'll probably take the train. Probably is another good word. It means you're not 100% sure. When plans are not fixed, it's okay to use words like maybe, probably, I'm thinking about. Travel plans don't need to be perfect. Sometimes I tell people, I haven't decided yet. That sentence is very natural. You don't need to explain more. Let me ask you something again. When you travel, do you like to plan everything or do you like to decide later? For me, I like a mix. I plan the basics, but I leave space for change. I like to wake up in the morning and say, let's see how I feel today. That feeling is freedom. When I imagine my trip, I think about small moments, waking up early, drinking coffee slowly, walking without hurry. I don't rush when I travel, and when I talk about this in English, I use short, clear sentences. I want to relax. I don't want to rush. I just want to enjoy the day. These are simple, but they sound very natural. Sometimes people ask me, where are you going? And I answer, I'm not sure yet. That's a complete answer. You don't need more. Other times I say, I'm planning to visit a nearby city. Nearby means close. It's a useful word. If I talk about food during travel, I say, I want to try local food. I like small restaurants. I don't like crowded places. You see, travel English is not difficult. It's about everyday words. When I travel, I also think about feelings. I ask myself, how do I want to feel? Calm, happy, curious? Travel is not only moving your body, it's also changing your mood. Sometimes I travel alone, sometimes with friends. When I travel alone, I feel free and quiet. When I travel with others, I feel connected and warm. Both are good. In English, I say, I'm traveling alone this time, or I'm going with a friend. Very simple. Let me tell you about a time when I didn't plan much. I just packed a small bag and left early in the morning. I didn't know what I would do. I didn't have a schedule. And honestly, it was one of the best trips. I walked a lot. I ate when I was hungry. I rested when I was tired. No pressure. When I came back, I felt lighter. That's why travel is important to me. Now think about your own travel plans. Maybe you want to travel soon, maybe later, maybe next year. That's okay. You can still talk about it in English. You can say, one day I want to travel more, or I hope I can travel soon. Hope is a very warm word. When people ask about my future plans, I often say, I want to travel when I have time. Not complicated, just honest. Sometimes I also talk about worries. I say, I'm a little worried about money, or I'm not sure about my schedule. It's okay to say that. Travel plans are not always perfect, and English doesn't need to be perfect either. The important thing is communication. Now let's slow down a little. Take a moment. Listen to the rhythm of English. You don't need to remember every word. Just listen. Just follow. If you want, you can repeat some sentences after me later. For example, I'm planning a short trip. I want to relax and enjoy my time. I haven't decided yet. These sentences are very useful. As we get closer to the end, I want to say something important. Learning English is like planning a trip. You don't need to know everything at the start. You just need a direction. Step by step, little by little. Some days you feel excited. Some days you feel tired. That's normal. Just keep going. Before we finish, I want to ask you one last question. If you could travel anywhere, where would you like to go? You don't need to write a long answer. Just one or two sentences in English is enough. I'd really love to read your comments. Thank you so much for spending your time with me and for practicing English today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it, sharing it with someone who is learning English, or watching another video on this channel. I truly appreciate you being here. Take care, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video.